Welcome back to New Jersey Power and Politics. I'm Laura Jones. Now, if there's anybody out there looking for taxpayers of the state of New Jersey more than my next guest, let me know. Jerry Cantrell is president of the New Jersey Taxpayers Alliance. He is also president of Common Sense Institute of New Jersey. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me back.
This Common Sense Institute is something new. Tell me about it.
It's the newest think tank in the nation. New Jersey was the last state without a think tank in this area as far as free market, and I was approached about a year ago because of some of my taxpayer activities, and it just seemed like a natural extension of the things we were doing. So we're going to try to change the world.
As long as I can remember, you've been out there advocating for the taxpayers. What's your take on what's going on in Trenton right now? You have the legislature that had proposed the millionaire's tax. You have the governor saying there's not going to be any new taxes. He's proposed a 2.5% cap. What do you think?
Well, I think there's hope. For the first time in a long time, maybe in the last decade at least, for the taxpayers, that there may be bringing back some semblance of sanity to this whole process. It's sort of like the millionaire's tax. It sounds good on the surface. Let's approach it from the Robin Hood perspective, but the point being is that's not the reality of the situation. It doesn't matter where the money comes from, where the pot of gold is found. The spending continues to grow, and as long as that's the case, maybe it's the millionaires this year as it was a few years back under the McGreevey administration. Next year it's another bump on the sales tax, or lower income taxes and things of that nature, the rebates. It's just like the shell game in the city that we used to see in the movies. There is no sincere indication that they're going to change the bad habits that they have.
Right, because the Democrats have been saying, listen, the millionaires, 16,000 people, they just need to pay their fair share. That way over 600,000 can get tax breaks. The governor is saying, sorry, no dice. But from the seniors' perspective, they feel like, wow, we're really getting hit hard here. Can you understand that side?
Absolutely. It's like, you've been down to Trenton, I've been down to Trenton, and when they have these hearings, for every individual there's a cause, quite honestly. And some of them are more deserving than others, there's no question about that. But it's just out of control, and you can't differentiate anymore. There's just varying degrees of need there, and at a given point in time we need a robust business environment here to turn this situation around. So no matter what the end will justify the means. That's something that I said in another segment earlier on the show. Even though it's going to be difficult for people, you think that the end will justify it and we really will see fundamental change in New Jersey? I do. At this point in time, like I said, I'm more hopeful now than I have been in the time that I've been involved in this situation. It's sort of like going on a diet. We all talk about it, but one day you just have to decide that it's time and stick to it. And we've had these false starts in the past. The millionaire's tax, that was going to solve all the problems. I guess the original income tax back in 1976, and it doesn't. We're on a spending binge, and we continue to increase, and this is the first time, again, in the last decade or so, that this proposed budget is going to be less. I'm not sure how they're going to address all that debt that's been accumulating out there, but again, from the taxpayer standpoint, at least there's hope down the road.
All right, and the governor and his candor with the legislature, that always makes for some exciting times in Trenton as well. We certainly have not seen a governor like this.
Correct.
All right, Jerry Cantrell, we will leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck with this new venture, Common Sense Institute of New Jersey.